Hello, beautiful beings. I've been asking the ancients all day, can we record a video? And normally I just hear it, let's make a video because something's up in my life, something, and it's pretty obvious what we're going to make the video about. But there hasn't been anything coming in today. But I still really, really want to make one. 171 subscribers. Oh my gosh, that is so exciting. I just love how I feel every single time I get one. It's just it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. From 1 all the way to 171, the reaction is exactly the same every time I get another one. But it's not, and I used to feel pretty bummed out when I would lose one or two, but it doesn't affect me anymore because it's kind of an ebb and flow like that. One down and then two up. And I've gotten pretty used to divine timing. And so the rate that I am getting subscribers may seem agonizingly slow to other people, but it's just the perfect pace for me now. I get it. I understand why it's taking a bit longer, it seems like. Obviously, I have needed to learn deeply how to go slower and how to appreciate divine timing and not actually label it as slow. But I mean, this one guy, Son of God, Tarot, he's on what is it, week 5 now, I believe, and he's over 9,000 subscribers. So of course I think, well, wow, okay. Well, obviously our channels are different also. But anyway, I just need to see, I don't need to think, why isn't it happening that quickly for me? What I can say, and I have thought of, is seeing that somebody else can do that means that I can do it too. But that person may not need to have the same type of lessons that I do. And that is to trust in divine timing and never ever ever give up just because it feels like things are going very slowly. So I don't know, I think I may have showed you in my last video. I'm not sure, but I really want to show you the set of runestones that I made. My second daughter, Beauty, she was going through her stuff quite some time ago, and she found this booklet that one of my dearest friends had made me. She made me this booklet and a set of runestones and made this really beautiful deep blue silk pouch for them to go in. And I had them for years, and I lost all of my stuff in storage at one point. My daughters call something like that things lost in the fire, because I lost our house burnt down when I was 18, our house that we built. And so over the years I came up with that saying, when we would lose things, oh, that's just things lost in the fire. And I've definitely seen now that when I lose things that I felt like I couldn't live without, it's it's been a lesson in non-attachment, and that we don't take any of it with us. And what's most important are the heart connections that we have with other people, not the belongings. Even though, like, I absolutely treasure this necklace that my dad gave me. My dad recently gave me this, even though he dropped his physical form several years ago now. He gave this to me through my middle sister that I don't speak to. I saw her at a farmer's market this summer at my oldest daughter's booth there. And we had a pretty nice interaction. Her energy is incredibly toxic for me, and so it took me a couple days to recover from that. But I was really deeply grateful for our interaction. We did hug. I didn't hug her right away. I was asking the ancients, should I? Because I don't do anything like that out of the, like I should because she's my biological sister. No, I don't do that anymore. But I ended up hugging her, and I brought my attention to presence so intensely that that's where I wanted her to be. Is I took her right to presence with me, right to her natural state. She doesn't know I did that. but I didn't feel I needed to ask permission. I mean, that's her natural state. It could have shooken her up a little bit, but that's fine. Shooken her up in the way of when somebody gets around somebody that has remembered, that has accessed presence, our own true nature, it can really start shaking loose what's not really us. It just automatically happens when I start holding satsang with somebody. And we actually were holding satsang very beautifully for about 10 to 15 minutes during that interaction. But she mentioned this opal that my dad had bought her, and she said that it was lighting up, and I could tell that that was really bothering her. She didn't like it at all, and she asked me what that meant, and I said, well, he's just coming to say hi. And she's just like, oh, okay. And then she said, you were the closest to Dad out of us three girls, weren't you? And I said, yeah, absolutely. And so she said, I'm going to give you that necklace. I was just like, really? I would love that so much. And she actually left the farmer's market and drove home and went and got it and brought it back to me. And it's stunning. It does light up. It just has the most magnificent energy. I came home and saged the shit out of it and Palo Santo'd it, brought it back to neutral. But I mean, I know that my dad orchestrated that so I could have this. And also, for me, that interaction released any feelings of resentment or, any negative feelings towards her. It was really good. It was divinely orchestrated for sure. So I want to show you my runes that I made. It was such a fun process. I got all the symbols out of the book that Andrea had made me, and I went down to the river with a symbol in mind, and I would go and I would find the absolute perfect rock for it. Yeah, it was really, really fun. So every morning now, and I recently put green cashmere in the bottom, and then I painted the lid gold, and I sparkled it. If you haven't noticed, I definitely love sparkly. And then this amazing piece of wood that I found years and years and years ago. I've never really been able to have it hanging out because it hasn't been able to stand up on its own until recently. I glued this flat rock to the bottom, and now it stands up perfectly. And so in the morning when I draw my runestone, I put it right there. It's so cool. So cool. This Buddha here. Oh, okay. Yes, that's why I was drawn over here. Hi, Andrea. Andrea is so present right now. She gave me these dolphins a long time ago, and my mom gave me this Buddha. He is over 200 years old. He was my grandfather's. Yeah. Yeah. There's my hippo Buddha. Isn't he amazing? Ocean got him for me. Hippos are my totem animal. When I was 4 years old, my mom and I were in Chapman's Variety Mart in the town I grew up in, and she said, "What do you want for your birthday?" And I looked up at the ceiling, and they had stuffed animals hanging from the ceiling, and there was a blue hippo up there. And I told her later that I wanted that blue hippo. And she was just like, "What blue hippo?" And I told her that he was hanging from the ceiling. And so we went to several different stores looking up, and there he was. And so I got him for my 5th birthday, and I could barely get my arms around him. And he was my best friend until I was 18 years old and our house burnt down. And I mean, I grieved deeply for my hippo, but it was just another lesson in, I figured out years later, it was just another lesson in, not being so attached to earthly things, and also to seek the divine out for comfort instead of, I mean, it's easier said than done for sure, but deep grieving definitely often leads to introspection, where the divine dwells. So So hippos, yes, hippos are my totem animal, and I do. Okay, so I'll show you. I'll show you. I'll go get him. I do have another hippo. I have a few hippos actually, but this is my biggest hippo. Isn't he cute? Yeah. And I have this guy too. I filled this one with rice so I can heat him up or her up. Yeah. I really wanted to make a video today, but I really haven't heard anything coming through. I've been asking the ancients all day, can we make a video later? Because they haven't been like, because that's usually when I upload videos is, or record them, is when they're like, let's make a video. Like, yeah, let's make a video. Because I'm working on something, there's something up, so there's something going on in my life to make a video about. But there's really nothing coming through. 171 subscribers. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Thank you so much. It's just so amazing to me how I'm just never going to get used to it. I'm never going to get tired of it. I don't care how many years, I'm still getting subscribers. Every time I get one, it's just, my heart lurches. I'm just like, oh my gosh. No, it'll definitely, that's one beautiful thing about divine timing, about having to wait for things, or actually having to go through the process of even not waiting anymore, just accepting things as divine timing, divinely orchestrated things because it's only been my mind that has told me that things should be any different than the way they are right now. And so getting subscribers at such a gradual pace has really helped me to appreciate it even more. Yeah. And like not having hot water for so long. I'm going to appreciate it so much when I have hot water again. And I will. It'll happen. It really hasn't been a problem. I have this really, really cool big teapot. It's not really a teapot because I don't put tea in it, but I heat water up. I can boil water in it. So I'm really not hearing anything coming in yet. Come on, ancients, throw me a bone. I went to a rodeo last night. That was fun. I got invited by a couple people here that live at the RV park. And it was ridiculous. I was really embarrassing myself because I was just so torn because I'm not used to going and doing stuff. I really didn't know if I wanted to or not. But I saw myself saying yes and going and actually walking over there. We're in walking distance of it. And I mean, I had such a great time. I'm so happy I went. I am just not, there's absolutely nothing else coming in. The ancients say they love you though. I need a nap. Well, that's it for now. Such an amazing practice to ask the ancients if there's anything. There's so many yellow jackets in here right now. Oh my gosh. I try not to freak out because they haven't stung me, but they're just thick at the RV park right now. It's such a good practice to ask the ancients, is there anything we want to talk about? And then my only job is to stay firmly rooted with my attention in presence and not give my attention to any of the thoughts that are trying to come in. Because the mind is, when I ask that question, the mind automatically goes, oh, you could talk about this or that or da 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 da. It doesn't work like that. I can't just think up something to talk about and then have it flow. There's zero flow to it. I've tried. Believe me, I've tried, because I would love to record a video every single day. Oh, man, my nose itches when I record videos sometimes. Okay, so the practice is to keep my attention firmly on presence and to ignore any of the thoughts coming in and listen. Listen for, okay, so what's the difference? They're saying, so what's the difference between thoughts coming in and giving me ideas and something that comes through from the ancients? Well, all I'm seeing now, as I'm focused on presence, is just this expansiveness, and it's also a feeling of expansiveness, but in my mind's eye, I guess you'd call that your third eye vision. In my mind's eye, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, even though for a while I can still see thoughts trying to get in. So, of course, the ancients can come through as there's still thought activity, but like right now, it's almost completely settled down, the thought activity is, and that's when an answer will come in even more clearly. And it comes in on the right hand side. Thoughts can be on both sides, but only information from the ancients comes through from the right hand side. And so when information does come through, like if they had some, oh yeah, let's talk about this, of course it comes through as a thought, but it's also, when they say, okay, yeah, let's talk about this, they also start expressing through me about that. And so it's a feeling of being compelled to start speaking because they're starting to speak through me. I think that described it pretty well. All this stuff was like a foreign language to me when I first started learning about it, learning that I actually could channel. I was desperate actually to be able to hear my guides a long time ago, when I learned that we all actually do have guides and that we can hear our guides. I would just literally, I would just sob because I wanted it so bad. And they're saying that one reason that I wanted it so desperately is because it's a part of my purpose on the planet to channel the ancients. It's so beautiful when we have a purpose on the planet, which I feel we all do. When we have a purpose, it's calling to us from the very beginning. From the moment we're born, it's calling to us, and it never stops calling to us. And yeah, it's just beautiful. And I'm so deeply grateful for that. The divine has endless patience for us, and no matter how much we turn away from our divine purpose and the divine, never ever ever does the divine give up on us. People say, oh yeah, God doesn't love me anymore. God never answers my prayers or whatever. But I've found in my life, it only feels like I'm cut off from the divine because I have turned away, and I've given my attention. I'm unconscious. I've turned away and given my full attention to like the personal identity, all the thoughts coming in, and I feel cut off from the sunlight of the spirit. Man, I'm using my hands. I swear I wouldn't be able to talk if I didn't use my hands. If you would like how to learn to hear your guides and how to trust your intuition, we would love to help you with that. That's it for now. satsangwithmamaji@gmail.com. We love you so much.